I know what you're thinking. Falcon disappears for a year, uploads nothing, and then comes back to deliver Fortnite out of all things. Before you go ahead and ask, I have been trying to upload this past year, I just haven't found the motivation to do so until today. I looked through all my old videos and realised that I was actually making decent progress and my views were going up by quite a lot. And I realised that if I continued the way I was going, I could have actually done decent. So finally, after a year, I've come back. And before you start saying that I haven't tried to even upload, I have the proof that I've edited, or at least half-edited videos, and tried to get them out. I just haven't been bothered, really. But that changes today. So by now, you're probably asking what the point of this video actually is. Well, considering the current state of Siege and CSGO, I haven't really been bothered to play either of them recently. I've tried and failed to get fun out of the games, and I had to try and find something new. Now, it just so happens that I've been playing Fortnite on and off with a friend of mine recently, and I thought I'd hop on solo and try and get some games done. Before recording, I played about 3-ish games, and kind of found a love for Fortnite. I know it's cringy and embarrassing, but it's just something about the way the game plays that just gets my attention, and I was actually having some decent fun, so I decided to challenge myself. My challenge? To get as good at Fortnite as I possibly can during the COVID quarantine. I know we're 3 months or so in, but why not? Because I have loads of time on my hands. Now, by no stretch of the imagination am I any good at this game. I know I'm garbage. That's the whole point. It's to get better at games that I'm not as used to, because I'm so used to precision FPS that third-person building tactic games kind of get me a bit stuck. So that's where we start. And just so you're aware, if you have any improvements for me at all, please leave them down below in the comments. Give me any suggestions possible, because I really want to get better at this game. So we start off game 1 quite nicely with an easy and simple kill on a guy I found in a house in Salty Springs. I mean, it was kind of unfair because he had a hunting rifle, but then that is the way arena goes, I guess. Now, again, don't expect me to be winning all of my games. Like I said, this is an experiment to see if I can get really good at this game. At the moment, I'm definitely at my worst, but it's only up from here. After briefly collecting some wood from some furniture and then heading downstairs and realizing there was no longer a basement, I headed outside, cautious and afraid of everything around me. I step outside and it's chaos instantly. Guns, fighting, and violence all over the place. I mean, I'm only outside for 3 seconds and there's already the barrel of a gun in my face. While anything but a display of my aiming skills, I am quick enough to dispatch of the second guy and get my kills up to 2. Let's just hope it goes up from here. After grabbing myself a very nice purple bolt-action sniper rifle, I head back to my base of operations and scan the horizon for any enemies. Luckily, for the most part, I'm fine until I head up on top of the base and get shot in the back. However, I'm very quick and efficient at dealing with the enemy, and with one clean, precise snipe, he's sent straight back to the lobby. After a few minutes, I find myself making my way towards the Authority, the centerpiece of the Fortnite map. I encounter one guy in a helicopter, but instead of shooting and drawing attention to myself, I wait for the exact moment and, well, you'll see what happens. One shot and the player's shield is gone. I know now that he is an easy target for me to finish off, so I start advancing. Once reaching the center, near to where the guy was, I see some bricks, so I check the inside, but unfortunately there's no one there. Luckily for me, my HUD shows me that there's footsteps nearby, meaning there's a player. So by trial and error, I figure out where he is and prepare for my attack. I know that he's below and behind me, so I drop down and see the vault. Inside, there's a player and I take my shot. Unfortunately, I missed my first, but by switching to my FAMAS, I hit him, dink him, and destroy his shield. He does the right thing and places a wall and a ramp, cutting me off from the outside. Luckily, after a short break to pick up some more powerful weapons, I realize that I've got a crash pad and throw it at the wall, hoping to destroy it and the ramp. Unfortunately, it only destroys the wall, but I get a bit of ground, until he places the wall back and I'm exactly where I started. I decide to advance with an SMG, but once that fails, I take out my pickaxe, destroy the wall, place a new wall, start to edit it until he breaks my wall. It's utter chaos, but now he's exposed, which means I can take my shot. I hit him with my shotgun, then switch to my SMG and spray him down, redestroying his shield and putting him in a disadvantaged position. I redestroy his wall with my pickaxe, and finally advance for the kill. I mean, it wasn't the best show of aim, but I still got him. I'm out of here. I grab the helicopter that the first guy had, and I attempt a trick shot on some guy that's built up behind the Authority. I mean, I miss, but it was a good attempt. After figuring out the janky helicopter controls, I decide to just straight up ram the tree. He hits me in the process, but as you can see, I'm much quicker to the draw and finish him off easily. Once again, scouting the horizon, I see a guy in a boat, but instead of taking my shot straight away, I wait for him to get out and start looting a chest. Unbeknownst to me, he stops looting it quickly and he evades my shot. So I jump in the helicopter and try and track him down. I begin to fly over and a fight breaks out. I have a great idea all of a sudden, ram the wooden box, exposing the guy and getting him killed. This makes the situation a 1v1 and a much higher chance of me winning. Now what I do here is absolutely not a great play, and this is exactly what I'm trying to improve on. Instead of building up and taking the high ground, I sit on the floor on the low ground and this guy should have easily killed me. I mean, look, I'm literally a sitting duck on the floor for him to just snipe at me. It's ridiculous, but unfortunately, I'm smarter than him and break his build down, forcing him to take the low ground as well, and evening out the score. Unfortunately for him, at the last minute, I activate my MLG 420-69 Blazer XD Gamer Sense, turn around, do a 180 and kill him. I mean, it was the luckiest kill of all time, and I definitely didn't deserve this one. I fly around in my helicopter some more and find myself on top of a hill in one of the final circles. As I turn around, I see this guy running along past a tree and I try and lead my shot. Unfortunately, I miss and he starts building up. I try and take the high ground, but I'm a klutz and shoot my own build down. I rebuild it and try and take some more shots, missing all of them, and eventually just decide to push. But as you can see, as I push, I get shot in the back by a third guy, and my health goes all the way down, meaning I become an easy target for the guy boxed up. However, I'm not going to let that discourage me at all, and I go straight back to the lobby and queue into another game. This time I decide to drop at Retail Row, and instead of doing what's conventional and dropping straight in, I decide to land on one of the pylons and make my way along those instead. After suffering the absolute embarrassment of the last game, I drop straight back into another one, but change my entire loadout so that people won't recognise me as the guy that jumped off a pylon and killed himself. In all fairness though, they did change the controls, I'm pretty sure, because I thought it used to be space, press space, it was in fact E, and I fell to my death. This round I change it up a little and decide to drop at Lazy Lake instead. I see this fish straight off the bat after grabbing an AR and start shooting at him. He is very, very weak and I decide that he is my target. After doing this very cool triple crash pad bounce that I'm super impressed with, I make my way over to the house only to hear gunshots. After the fight finishes, I head inside, finding no one and make my way to the roof. Unfortunately, it looks like the fish gets the last laugh and finishes me off. It's a shame as well because it was only on 31 HP. 2 more well placed shots and he would have been my victim. This clip I just had to leave in. It just goes to show how powerful the new shotguns are if you can aim. It sucks too because I just got a purple scar. Oh well, it's a new game and a fresh start. I decide to redrop at Lazy Lake and instead I go somewhere else. At first I try and get this green AR, but I completely miss and decide to just go into the bottom of the building. All I find is a green pistol, so I make my way to the other side and find myself a harpoon gun. This next kill really goes to show the potential I have at this game, because I just out-aimed a grey SMG. And if you know anything about Fortnite, the background it has with SMGs and how powerful they are, then you know this kill isn't actually that impressive, and I'm just exaggerating it because I was impressed that I killed them. Now here's another clip that I just absolutely had to leave in, as it goes to show that I'm starting to learn more advanced tricks. After breaking the floor, I instantly switch to my shotgun, predicting that he'll be below me, and it just so happens that my crosshair placement is perfectly in place to shoot him straight in the head. I know I whiff a bit afterwards, but I secured the kill, and that's the main point. This is another clip that I just had to leave in because it goes to show why I'm trying to improve. I did completely the wrong thing here, and instead of building up and playing defensively, I try and go aggressive and for some reason place 2 wide ramp. This slows me down incredibly and wastes way more materials than I need to, and as you can see, his aggression easily finishes me off. For my last game of today, as you can see, I've taken a great liking to Lazy Lake and I drop there once again. Straight off the bat, I get exactly what I'm looking for in a charged shotgun, and thank God that this guy doesn't know that I'm in here. here because I run straight out the door into his crosshair and still manage to kill him. I mean, I even got 225 shots with the shotgun, which goes to show that my aim isn't perfect, but I still wipe him out. After killing him, I walk into the next room and see a legendary chest. I open it up and get an epic AUG, which is exactly what I'm looking for in a situation like this because it's a gun that I'm very good with. I hear a second guy and pull a sneaky on him, hiding behind this wall until he's exposed. I shoot him and then finish him off quickly without any hassle. An easy second kill and starting the game off nicely. This kill still perplexes me. As you can see, I run outside of the building after fully looting it, and there's just this random guy pickaxing away at a wall. So I'm quick to dispatch of him, shooting him in the back, obliterating almost all of his shield, and then doing the right thing for once and pushing up, getting the high ground and securing the kill. After looting this guy and then going through the building, picking up better weapons, I hear gunshots and I'm super eager to get outside, so I run through as quick as I can, destroying walls and make my way outside. I see a fight break out and I start shooting. Luckily for me, these guys definitely aren't the greatest players I've ever seen. I can easily get on top of the building and take the high ground. Then it just comes down to 2 1v1s that I happen to win by chance. Now it's at this point in the game that I meet my mortal enemy, Helicopter Guy. This guy just seems to fly around the map in a helicopter, looting all the good stuff and not getting any kills. I swear from this moment onwards that I'm gonna find him and I'm gonna kill him. I guess we'll just have to see how that pans out. Here I am trying to get better with the zip lines, and I find out a very easy trick to stop moving. By turning to the side and tapping A and D really quickly, you almost stop movement entirely, making your shots incredibly accurate. I'll be sure to use that at a later date. Here I am, re-encountering Helicopter Guy flying over the authority. I don't bother taking shots because I know he's not going to come and fight me, he just flies off like a little chicken. Now, not a lot had happened since this point. Some guy had built up near me, but he'd left by the time I'd reached his building, and I'd found some place that was unlooted, but I didn't bother going there. This is me going up to a helicopter and yoinking it right next to a build fight that's going on, and me deciding to chaotically ram myself right into the side, stealing a couple of kills. Now this first guy is pretty easy to kill, but this second guy puts up a lot more of a fight. As you can see, he already has the high ground to start off with, which is putting him at a huge advantage. I need to think, and instead of doing what I usually do and sitting below him trying to snipe up, I do the right thing for once, and as you can see, I'm learning. I build up and take the fight head on, and this guy isn't actually as good as he seems, which means that I can easily start attacking him. He does the wrong thing when he builds, and he puts himself in a weak position, meaning I can just break out the fall below him. I shoot him as he comes down, and then he falls off the edge and kills himself. Now, by no stretch of the imagination am I saying that I'm any good at this game by this point. I'm definitely saying that I've improved. It's not by a large margin, but as you can see, I'm definitely getting more kills, and this game just goes to show it. Now for the moment that you've all been waiting for. As you can see off in the distance, there is a helicopter. A very recognizable helicopter at that. It's Helicopter Guy, and it's time for me to finally take my revenge for all the times he's run off like a little chicken. So, I'm in a very good position because I'm hidden on this hill, and I can watch him land. He makes a grave mistake at this point, and he goes and hides inside a truck. I am closing in with a shotgun in hand, crouched and making no noise, and he doesn't expect a thing. I turn the corner and look inside the lorry, and there he is, crouched at the end, waiting for people to die. Easy kill for me, run up to him, shotgun him 4 times, and he's dead. Another kill to add to the list. A few things happen from this point onwards. I steal Heli Guy's heli and fly it up into the sky, observing everything going on in the zone. I see a big, massive structure on top of a mountain, and one idea comes to mind. Take my helicopter and ram it right into the side. So I do. I destroy the big building, but unfortunately there's no one there, and my helicopter almost gets destroyed in the process. I drop out, and there's a guy very close by. He seems very good at the game because he edits very quickly, but he also seems to be panicking a lot. As you can see, I make my escape on top of the building and box myself up. After a little while, he decides to make a push, but unluckily for him, I get the most lucky shot I have ever gotten in my life, with a very nice hunting rifle shot. That guy got no-scoped straight back to the lobby. and a very nice victory dance to celebrate. Now arguably this is one of the worst ends to a game I've ever had. I know where both of the last guys are and I have more than enough opportunities to kill them, but as you can see I miss almost every single one of my shots, which is super embarrassing. But on the plus side, it does mean that I just need to improve my accuracy, which is very easy to do. Still, I have the high ground and I know from the position of the next storm that I have this game in the bag. All I have to do is sit up here on this hill and spray at them with my drum gun, creating pressure and stopping them from advancing. As you can see, that plan goes very well and I win my last game of the day. A very nice way to end it out. Anyway guys, if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and of course, if there's any ways that I can improve, please leave a comment down below. Try to make it as constructive as possible, because, you know, I don't want people flaming me for being bad at a video game that I barely even play. Either way, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully I'll be out of Div 4 by then, but if not, then you'll see my journey through Div 4. See you guys in the next video.